Hello again, and welcome to Origin of Concepts. In this episode, I'll show you the origin of the inspiration source of the Eye of Horus, also known as Vedyat and Udyat. And the Eye of Ra comes from the same source. So we got all eyes on. Okay. By the way, my findings of the Eye of Horus was one of the greatest moments in my entire years of research. Really, it was very big. It was the missing link and kickoff to move into the Milky Way center. You know, until I got the Milky Way link, I focused on the all the constellations and the planets and the movements and the horizon and you name it, and this totally changed everything. So this was my first real discovery who made the big difference. And actually in this moment, I have enough material for making videos for the next 5 years, so hang on. Okay, let's take a look at the texts and see what we can find in the Milky Way center. Let's go to the Milky Way here. Okay, first of all, I'll read a summary of the text who leads to the idea of the eye in the sky. Horus' eye origins from the myth with the struggle where Horus is struggling, or a struggle between Horus and Set, where Set ripped out Horus's eye, and sometimes he used his knife or a splinter and tore it into pieces and scattered them across Egypt. Thoth, the Egypt god, finds the missing pieces and magically restored the eyes using his spit, also known as salvia. Once the eye was restored, Horus offered it to his deceased father Osiris, which helped to restore Iris's life in the underworld. So let's take a look at this. Let me start drawing the eyes of Horus, because it's formed by the outlines of the dark shadows surrounding the disk in the Milky Way center. And let me see. We start with the funny thing here, because that's the shadow down here. And then we go here and all the way around here and out here. And then we go to here. And something like that. And then we go like this. And follow the inside. And of course, the disc is the eye. And then we got like a spiral down here somewhere. And to be honest, I have no clue what that spiral means, except from my theory about the sprout, which I discuss in some of the other videos. But here you see the eyes of Horus, and the eye of Ra is of course the disc. It's the same thing. Two different stories, same thing. Okay. Now we know where to find the eye. I'll make a little on and off so you can see it. So, and then we got Set. And as you already know, Z is like the when you turn the Milky Way center upside down. Z is the same shadows, just on the opposite side. And he put a splinter into the eyes of Horus. So let's look at that splinter. Because if we got the eye here, I don't have to finish it. Then we of course got the striped shadow, which is the splinter inside the eye. And this is also the knife or the splinter. You decide. And then then he cut the eye, or what was the word? I can't even remember it. Then he tore it. Tore the eye into pieces and scattered them over Egypt. And of course, this is all the pieces, like Osiris, who also is cut into pieces. So that's here we go again. All right. And then, of course, the eye is restored by Thoth, which is also a character in the Milky Way. I'll make a video going deeper into Thoth, but I can quickly show him to you here. Thoth is here. And then we got his green face and his neck down here. This is basically Thoth, and his eye is here, and his green face is the area above the disc. And Thoth repairs the eye by his spit, or salvia, which is, of course, if we draw the big mouth in the Milky Way here, then we got the spit here, the striped shadow. This is so used in so many myths, you know, all the weird things coming out of the mouth. And in this case, it's the spit or salvia of Thoth. Okay, let me see what I got in my notes here. Yeah, he restored the pieces with his spit. And once it was restored, Horus gave it to Osiris so he could live his life in the underworld. Of course, the eye he gives to Osiris is the same stuff. And the reason why he gave it to Osiris is because Osiris is also the Milky Way center. If you saw my Osiris video, let me draw him quick. Here you got his beard and his green face here. He's inside his head, the nose and the eyes. And here you got the hoodie. So there you got it. So that's why he gave it to Osiris. All right, and then we have, let me see here. We go down. Yeah. And then, of course, it is claimed that the left eye of Horus was associated with the moon, and its injury and restoration were linked to the moon's monthly waxing and waning cycle. In my opinion, that's not the case, because this interpretation is based on the crescent, the gold crescent moon. But the golden crescent is not the moon, which I will go deeper into in my upcoming videos about the Thoth and the moon god Koshnu, the cannibal. So yeah. And before I end, let me show you a modern picture of the Milky Way center, and then you can decide for yourself. Give me a second here. I will open it up here. Here we have it. Yep. So I will leave it up to speculation if the ancient Egypts used this as the spiral, this shadow down here. But you decide. It's all up to you. Yeah, I think that's all. Now you know where to find the eyes of, or the eye of Horus, and then you don't need to read and translate thousands of spells and hymns from the Egypt texts. So if you like my videos, give me a thumbs up. If not, well, tell me I'm blind. Until next video, take care. Bye.